Hey everybody, this is Mark the Game Shark here with my annual Games I've Beaten video. And this is my annual video for 2019. And this video I'm actually going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to add two new sections which I might add the timestamp to. I'll see how things go. But yeah, so I got my list of all the games I've beaten in 2019. And surprisingly I beat a lot of games. I wasn't expecting to beat this many in 2019. So I've beaten a total of 44 games, and before I go ahead, I want to apologize. This video might be a little long, so I'm sorry. I try to do my best. Usually with the games that people know about, I don't go into detail. I usually mainly just talk about the games that people are unfamiliar with, to try and shed light to those games. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I was surprised because at the beginning of this year I was getting my CCNA, and then later on I was still searching for jobs, and then I was spending countless hours in that PlayStation Classic project that I finished. And yeah, I've been watching Laserdiscs the past couple months. So, so I'm surprised I beat that many. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So, first game I beat was Flicky on the Sega Genesis, which I think that might be wrong because I was playing on the Sega Mega Collection. I can't remember. Either way, I beat Flicky for the Genesis. Second game was Captain Skyhawk on the NES. Yeah, I haven't beaten that game since I was a child, since in my youth, and I was like, oh, you know what, I haven't beaten Captain Skyhawk, and it wasn't that hard of a game. Next up, I beat Mega Man 3. I ended up making a little strategy guide while I was going through it. I was using the Retron 5 for save states and trying to learn strategies to beat the different bosses, so it was kind of fun. Next game was on PS3, Enslaved Odyssey to the West. This was actually a pretty decent game. Kind of like a post-apocalyptic type of game. It's like a third person. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think some of the parts were annoying. There's parts where there's a lot of turrets and you have to dodge around the turrets, which was really annoying. I was like, come on. I understand there's turrets in the game. Do you have to keep focusing on these fucking turrets? So that's my only downside about the game. But other than that, it was pretty decent. Fifth game is Bionic Commando. I was messing around with I ended up picking up the Capcom Classics collection on PS2. And I was just playing Bionic Commando, not thinking anything of it, and then it had unlimited continues, which I use probably at least $1,000 worth of quarters playing that game. That game's tough. It's an arcade game. What do you expect? But yeah, and I ended up beating it. And it took a while to get used to. I wasn't used to the controls by the end. It's kind of weird getting used to that. Next up, we beaten Ristar on the PS2 Sonic Mega Collection Plus. That game is tough. Holy shit. That game's a pain in the ass, that one was. Towards the beginning, it's easy, and then once you get further along, it just gets pretty ridiculous. Number 7 is The Ooze on the Sega Genesis. Now, this game, not that many people probably know of. It's a pretty decent game. You're this guy, apparently, was working in, I think, some, biohazard, facility, and ended up turning into ooze. And you have to, do all these, different missions, I guess, to try and, to get your, become human again. It's been a while since since the beginning of the year was when we beat it. And, yeah, it's definitely a decent game, kind of different Damn cough. But yeah, definitely check it out. I enjoyed it. It was got kind of annoying towards the end. You had to be like really like strategize your attacks. But other than that, it was pretty decent. Number 8 was Soldier of Fortune Gold Edition on PS2. It's a pretty decent game. I thought it was this game. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely used cheats. There's no way in fucking hell anyone could beat this game without using cheats. It's not happening. Like, I tried my best to beat it on normal, and it's just impossible. Like, it's ridiculous. They don't give you any fucking ammo. Like, what the hell? There's no resources. Like, they expect you to fight tanks with a handgun. Like, come on now. That's fucking bullshit. Stupid ass game. So, fuck that game. Number 9, The End is Nigh on the Nintendo Switch. If you, I really enjoyed that game. If you like the whole Super Meat Boy type of game, I guess that's a genre now, Super Meat Boy type of game. There's plenty of them now. The End is Nigh. It's kind of like that, where you have to, like, platform specific and avoid the spikes and the enemies. It's really fun. I really enjoyed it. Number 10 is Star Tropics on the NES. That game was pretty fun. Some of the enemies were towards the end were a pain in the ass, but other than that, I enjoyed it. Number 11 is Daytona USA on the Tiger R-Zone. I believe this was when I did my did I do that last year, my R-Zone collection video? I can't remember, but I think I had it out and I was just fucking around with it, and I ended up beating Daytona USA. And then come the next one, 12, Mortal Kombat 3 on the R-Zone. Oh my god, that game is so fucking easy. You just keep pressing kick and punch, and you'll win. Like, it's not that hard. Speaking of fighting games, Tekken 5 on the PS2 coming in at number 13. And then number 14, we got Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge on the NES. Yeah, that game was pretty fun. I didn't think it was as good as the original, but still a decent game. Then 15, we got Black on the Xbox. I enjoyed this game. I thought it was going to be slightly more violent, but yeah, like, the enemies in the game are just fucking bullet sponges, which was annoying. And yeah, I was like, come on, like, fucking die. I shot you like 85 times and you're still running around. In the head, mind you. Like, such a piece of shit. Coming in at 16, we got Cyanide for the Xbox. It's a pretty fun shooter. It's kind of interesting. With that one, you switch. It's kind of like, what is that one shooter? Fuck, I can't think of it. That one shooter on the GameCube where you have 2 different colors. Oh, fuck, I can't think of it. I'll put a fucking note. Will that satisfy you? I'll put a note here what it actually is. But similar to that mechanic, you have powerful shots and like weak shots, and you have to use certain ones against enemies, which is kind of weird. You would think like, oh, just use the powerful shots and blow the fuck out of anyone. No, it doesn't work that way. The bigger enemies use the heavier shots, and the weaker shots use the smaller enemies, which is kind of silly. I believe that's how the mechanics were in that game. But it was pretty decent. Some of the areas got a little crazy, and I definitely had to play levels over and over again. But I enjoyed it. It's definitely like a game that rarely, if I had to redo the whole fucking level, I'm like, fuck this. I don't have time for this bullshit. But this one I was like, oh man, I really like this game. Like, let me keep playing to progress in the game. So it was really enjoyable. Definitely check it out on the Xbox. Number 17 is Golden Axe on the Genesis. 18, Mortal Kombat Armageddon on the Xbox. 19, Golden Axe 2 on the Genesis. 20, Golden Axe 3 on the Sega Genesis. 21 is Gauntlet Legends on the N64. My god, that game was a pain in the ass. You have to level up so many times, and that's kind of like the game that you need, like, 4 people playing. Like, if you're playing by yourself, or even when it was my friend Jay and I playing the game, and we got our asses kicked. It was such a pain in the ass. Like we only have game night, like, once a week, and throughout the week, I would have his card, and I would level each of us up throughout the week, so that we can progress through the game. That way we're not sitting there leveling up and not beating the levels. So that was a pain in the ass. 22 is Child of Light on the Nintendo Switch. This game, I had no idea. It's a very lighthearted RPG. I had no idea what the game was even about, but it was fantastic. Like, the art style is just amazing in this game. And the music, like, I would be, like, going around, like, humming the tunes in this game. It's such a beautiful game. I highly recommended. Even if you're not into RPGs, like, it might be the game that actually sells you on RPGs, to be honest. It's an amazing game. And my phone's an asshole and fucking flipped around. Alright, there we go. The Lion King on the Sega Genesis at 23. 24, Aladdin on the Sega Genesis. 25, Toy Story on the Sega Genesis. 26, The Jungle Book on the Sega Genesis. 27, Vector Man on the Sega Genesis. That game's pretty fun. Forgot how hard the game was. I remember, like, way back in the day, I played the hell out of that game, and I could beat it like it was nothing. And Jay and I were playing, and we had some issues with it, especially towards the end. It got a little crazy with some of the bosses. 28, Desert Assault, and for the arcade, we're hanging out at Jimbo's, and we ended up beating Desert Assault. This is a crazy game. It's like some, like, crazy, cheesy action, like, B-rated movie, like, in game form. It's not like live action or anything. It's like, you know, you're just going around and blowing the fuck out of everything. 29, Lost Sphere on the Nintendo Switch. That game is a fantastic game, but it's pretty long. And then coming in at 30 is Lost Sphere Continuing Story on the Nintendo Switch, which is the same cart, which is what happens is after you beat Lost Sphere, after the end credits, you, like, save a new file, and you're thinking, whatever. But when you go into it, it's a whole nother game. It continues the story where it left off. And it's, like, the length of the game. Like, I think the main game's, like, oh, God, I think it's 30 hours? 20 hours? 30 hours? I can't remember. And the continuing story is the same amount of hours. So, I put it as another thing. Fight me, fuck it. Like, that's long as shit. But, yeah, Lost Sphere was definitely a great game. It kind of sucks that, like, I mean, it is cool that, like, the other half of the game is on the cart. Like, it's not like, oh, to be continued. I have to wait for, like, you have to get DLC or some bullshit. But, so that's kind of cool, but it's definitely long. Like, once I think I, like, took a break from it for a teeny bit. I didn't want to take a big break. But I was like, I need a fucking break, man. Like, I've been playing this game for fucking 50 hours. Give me a fucking break. Next up is Fighter Maker on the PS1, coming at 31. Excuse me. So, I was just testing the games on the PlayStation Classic, and it's Fighter Maker. I thought you could, like, make your own fighter, but there was just some cookie cutter pixelated guy, and I just beat the shit out of people, and I won the game. I was like, okay, that's silly. So yeah, Fighter Maker on the PS1. I mean, I'm sure I could make detailed people. I haven't messed with it. It's a pretty decent game, pretty easy. Coming at 32 is Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle on NES. This game's a pretty neat puzzle type of game. Kind of like, I guess, Flicky in a way. It's kind of different. This is the Police on the Nintendo Switch for number 33. This game I bought. I was recommended by my good buddy Matt. And I finally got around to playing it this year. I think I owned the game for like 2 years. And I had no idea that it was like a simulation game. Like, I don't know, I'm not really into like simulation type games, but this game was actually really fun. But towards the end, it definitely overstayed its welcome. I was like, come on. Like, I thought, like, there was a certain part where I thought the game ended. I'm like, oh, thank God, I beat the game. I can move on with my life. No, the game continues. And it's one of those games where, like, I had to look up some of the stuff, like, on GameFAQs. Like, I'm like, how would I ever fucking figure this shit out? Like, I read through, like, you have to, like, read through the clues that people give you. I'd done that. And it's still fucking, I'm like, how did you come up with this shit? Like 3/4 of the puzzle I figured out, and then, like, that last quarter, I was like, alright, GameFAQs, or YouTube, I'd look on YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Because this is ridiculous. Like, come on. I'm trying to beat the game and move on with my life. But it's pretty decent. I did rage a lot in the game. Oh my God, that game was... It was like City Hall, you want to just punch in the fucking face. They do so much shit. They're like, oh, we have to, like, you had requests for, like, additional police officers. And like, oh, well, we're going to fire this guy and we're going to deny your request. I'm like, great. Now I have one officer to run the whole precinct. Thanks a lot, fuckers. Like, are you serious? Like, fuck you. And then they're all pissy. Oh, the police department sucks. No fucking shit, motherfucker. Oh my God. That fucking game. But definitely check it out. I mean, you'll probably feel the same way. I have no idea. Or if you have played any of these games in the list, let me know your thoughts on them. Coming at 34, Little Nightmares on the PS4. I'm not going to talk about this. I live streamed and I beat it on live stream, so you guys were all with me with that. 35 was Vector Man 2 on the Sega Genesis. What was I going to say with that? I think that game was a lot harder than the first one. And I hated how the levels just repeated themselves. Like, come on. How many times are you going to give me a fucking skating level, motherfucker? Christ. Why? Oh my God. So annoying. Coming at 36 is the Dark Pictures Anthology Man of Medan on the PS4. And you goddamn knuckleheads, I think there's a bunch of people that just got this game and was like, I wonder how this game is. I have a live stream on my channel. Check it out. Jesus Christ, I beat it on live stream. So you can see the whole thing. I don't think I even stopped. I think I went right through live stream for the whole fucking game. It's enjoyable. I know a lot of people are like me, like, oh, I loved Until Dawn. I wonder if it's like that. It's sort of like that. The mechanics are different, so it kind of like throws you off. And like I said before, if they added another hour to explain more of this fucking boat, it would have been a lot better. But, I don't know, we'll see. Will come next month. I believe their next release comes out. The one where you're in the woods. So, I might be picking that up. So, I'll probably see if I can. I'll probably live stream that. So, we'll see what happens. 37 is Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle 2 on the Game Boy. This game, same as the first one. It's still a pretty enjoyable game. Some of the areas get repetitive and kind of get annoying, but I enjoyed it. Number 38 is Poi Explorer Edition on the Nintendo Switch. Now this game, holy fuck, I don't think anyone talks about. And I know there's a lot of you guys saying, oh, Super Mario Odyssey was great and all, but it wasn't exactly like Mario 64, which I agree with. But this game is like, basically, if you crave, you miss the whole Mario 64, like, 3D platforming and all that, Poi Explorer Edition has you covered. Oh my god, what an amazing game. What an amazing game. Like the music was fantastic. Like the platforming, it was like the controls were buttery smooth. Like if you fucked up, it's your fault. Like it's not the game's fault. So yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed it. There are some parts, and there's like the parts where you're timed to get from A to B, and you have to run around, do these obstacles. Some of it was annoying, but like once you got used to the mechanics, it was like, okay, it's not too bad. But yeah, definitely check it out if you love like Super Mario 64, the whole 3D platforming thing. You'll enjoy Poi Explorer Edition on Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure if it's on PS4, Xbox One. I don't know. You do let me know. I might add an insert here, a note. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, coming in at 39, Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout on the NES. You know, I thought I beat this game, but I don't think I actually did when I thought I did. Because there's a lot of levels in this game. Holy shit. Like, it definitely overstays its welcome, but still an enjoyable game. Towards the end, it gets a little of a pain in the ass, but I enjoyed it for the most part. Number 40, Super Bomberman R on the Nintendo Switch. This game was fantastic. Oh my god, such an adorable game. I suck shit at Bomberman. I'll be the first. I admit it. And I was like, there's been times where I'm like, fuck, why did I do that? I keep blowing myself up like a fucking moron. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. I thought it was really adorable. Yeah, definitely check it out. Super Bomberman R. Coming at 41, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the SNES. This game this was a beat 'em up. Yeah, so this was a pretty enjoyable beat 'em up. I think it was a beat 'em up. Fuck. I can't remember. Coming at 42, the Oregon Trail, that handheld thing I bought. I finally took it out. I was like, oh, let me play this. I was gonna take it with me to commute, but unfortunately they don't. I wish they had a headphone jack. But they don't have a damn headphone jack, so you can like have it in your ears. Like you have to actually listen to the audio like through the speaker. And it's got kind of annoying. I'm like, come on, really? Why don't they have a fucking headphone jack option? Like it's so stupid. But I enjoyed it. Definitely hit the nostalgia trigger of playing Oregon Trail back in the day on the old Macintosh computers, or the Apple IIes, whatever the fuck. But yeah, definitely enjoyable handheld. Coming in at 43, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the NES. Holy shit. Oh my god. That game is fucking brutal. And it's not like everyone complains, oh, the seaweed level. That's not... You're fucking scared about the seaweed level. Holy shit. Talk about like the last area of the game is ungodly hard. It's ungodly hard. Like, me and my friend, we were about to like rage quit, and we were using save states. Like, I'm like, there's no fucking way we can beat this. And then I watched Mike Matei's video. He just breezes on by, like, must be nice. to be a professional at the fucking game. Good God. That game is brutal, but we beat it. Using save states. Go eat a dick. Next up is last but not least on 44, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on the NES. This game we used, we used cheats on that one, because that game is ridiculous. I don't think, they don't give you any fucking continues. Well, I think they gave you like one or whatever. Like, there's no way you can beat that without using any fucking sort of cheats. Like, there's no way. There's no way. That's fucking impossible. Like, Jesus Christ. I think I actually, back in the day, I played that using Game Genie back in the day. So now we move on to the next section, which is Rage Quit! So, these are the games I've tried to beat, and I just rage quit. I'm like, fuck this game! So, first game is Dynamite Headdy on the Sega Genesis. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong, a great game, but I got up to the shmup, or the shooter level section, and I got destroyed. Oh my God. They don't give you any fucking power-ups. They just tell you to go fuck yourself and you're done. I tried using save states to try and like get past it, and I just got fed up. I was like, fuck this game. I'm done with it. Like, it's all good up until that part, and it's just like, done. Next up is Killzone on the PS2. Now, reason I rage quit on this is because PS2, whatever reason on my TV, it shows up really dark, and I can't see shit. Like, it's like, I'm like, what is that? It's like super dark. Now you're probably saying, oh Mark, we could adjust the brightness on your TV and you'll be able to see it. Yeah, I could do that. But what happens if I go to play like the Switch and it's fucking bright as shit? I'm not going to turn it down. I'm fucking lazy. So, why don't they have like a brightness setting in the game? Like, is that hard to ask? And it was like very like blah, the game. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I don't even think there's a is it? I don't even know if that's on like I don't even know if they did a remake of that game. If they did, let me know in the comments down below. Coming at number 3, Red Dead Revolver on the PS2. Now this game was fine, easy. I was like, wow, this game is fucking easy. Until I got to the one level where you have to blow up this big fat guy on like a bridge. You're like under a bridge and you're like, oh yeah, there's a bridge and you're like deactivating, I think you're deactivating bombs. I was on that level forever. I even looked at the YouTube video, some guy doing it. I was reading the comments. Everyone's like, oh, this is the hardest level in the game. I just stopped right here. So I was persistent, and it took me an entire week. I finally beat it. I'm like, yes, I beat the hardest level in the game. So I continued playing, a couple levels in. Then I get to level, I think it's level 22? Because I think there's 30 levels in the game. And it's one where you're like, the one guy's with you, and you're like, basically like caught. The guy's like shooting at you, and you're like behind like a stone pillar. And I think the guy dies. He gets shot. And you basically have to shoot all the guys, and you have to go up into the window, into the building, and around the building on the outskirts. And that was impossible. I even watched the video. Like, I kept dying at the end. It's impossible. Impossible. And I didn't want to use any cheats. I was like, I'm not going to use any cheats, but good God. I got to the end, kept dying, kept dying, kept dying, kept dying, all the way at the end, all the time. And I'm just like, fuck this game. This game sucks. And I was gonna be more persistent and try and beat it, but then I read ahead and I found out that the final boss is a bitch. So I'm like, oh great. After I lose my fucking hair trying to beat this part, I can be more stressed and fucking want to strangle someone trying to beat the final boss. I'm like, I'm done. Cut it out. Fuck that game. And last but not least, on Rage Quit, number 4, Primal on the PS2. Now, I believe I mentioned this before. The whole fucking mechanics of the shitty-ass game. Oh my god, do we have to talk about this again? Fine. So what happens, you kill a bunch of enemies, you need health, because you got hit a couple times. So, you have your gargoyle minion guy, he takes their life, like their soul, I guess it gives him life, and then you have to take his life to refill your health. It takes forever for the bar to fill up. It can't be like, done. No, he's like, ooh, taking your soul. And it takes forever. I mean, I was fine, but I was at a breaking point. Because I don't even think I might have been on the second level. I can't remember where I left off in the game, but I was just at my breaking point. I was like, really? This is the entire game? I can't do this! Oh my god. I can't do this fucking bullshit. This is fucking stupid. Dumbest mechanic ever. Call up the guy who decided that was a good mechanic and punch him in the fucking face. Good God. Motherfucker. Yeah, I got a great idea, guys. Why don't we have, instead of you getting normal, instead of the enemies dropping health, why don't we have the gargoyle get health, and then he has to give it to you? Oh my god. Oh, just shoot me now. Alright. Oh, good lord. So yeah, 4 games I've rage quit, and rightfully so. So if you guys played any of those games and beat them, well, fuck you. Just kidding. But how the hell did you do it? Must be more of a masochist than I am. Christ. But yeah, oh my god. And if any of you guys have similar stories, I'd love to hear them. Because my god. Why? 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 Oh, Christ. And the last section is repeats, which is games I've beaten in the past that haven't reached the 5-year mark where I can add it as part of the games I've beaten. And that is Kirby's Adventure on the NES, which I've beaten. And because my friend Jay hasn't beaten it, he's like, oh, you mind if we beat him? I'm like, yeah, sure, because it was one of the game of the months, I think for September, October, I can't remember. But yeah, we beat it in 2 days, so there's that, or 2 nights. Simple game, always fun to go back and playing, so I didn't mind. So there you have it, guys. I know this was a huge requested video. I want to make sure I got it done. My next video will be my chit-chat, updates and all that other stuff, which I mentioned a couple of them here. But, yeah, I'll go into further detail in the next video. So, yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, I've been checking out your guys' videos, so you don't have to say, I don't have to be like, oh, what videos have you beaten last year? What videos? What games have you beaten this year? Or last year. Jesus Christ. You guys know what I mean. Anyway, guys, this is Mark the Game Shark signing out. Have a good night.